Hey guys, this is Mario from Anime Chat Reviews, and today's review will be on 100. I do hope you enjoy. If you don't like what I have to say during the review, how about leaving a comment below, and I'll happily discuss it. And of course, if you appreciated what we have to say, how about subscribing? It's free. So come on, what do you have to lose? Okay, so let's get on with the review. The title 100 is not about the use of numbers or math. The concept of this anime describes an extraterrestrial organism known as Savage that invades Earth and attacks human beings, and the only technology capable of fighting this enemy is a weapon known as 100. This technological weapon needs a host though in order for them to activate it, and before acquiring 100, each person must take a proper screening to evaluate if it is compatible with them. Now that you understand the basic concept of the anime, let's get into my opinion about it. Okay, after reading the synopsis, the idea of the story is where our main character is enrolled in an advanced military school, where they enhance their fighting skills and so-called power gears. Yep, definitely sounds like another Infinite Stratos anime to me, on its surface that is. After watching the first episode, I felt differently, only to the point that this anime was tuned up here and there, and that it may be better than Infinite Stratos. Well, attempted to be better. I appreciated that only because I felt the characters were more real, and the harem was actually good. All in all, a good start. The story begins on Kisaragi Hayato, a survivor of the Savage attack during his childhood. This is a factor that helps motivate him to action, and now as a teenager, successfully enrolls into a prestigious military academy aboard a battleship called Little Garden. While having the highest capability level of the aforementioned technology called 100, he is invited to said academy to master his knowledge and skills in fighting these savage beings. As he arrives in the airport, he is welcomed by his schoolmates, which he pretty much ditches. On his way to the auditorium, he is greeted and hugged by a strange yet familiar face, named Emile Crossford. What is more surprising is that as soon as he enters the school, he is challenged to a duel by Harvey, also known as the Queen, and the school's most powerful slayer. Well, it's not actually that surprising, considering he actually screwed over his welcoming committee. And after they're threatened with expulsion, Hayato actually decides to grow a pair and help them out with the duel, of course. Let us have a small introduction of the characters for this show. Our male protagonist, Hayato Kisaragi, is a teenage student and slayer and a survivor of the Savage attack that happened 10 years ago, which already gives him more than sufficient motivation to destroy them. His previous encounter with savages also results in him becoming a variant, one of a very small faction of people who have survived the exposure to savages and obtained a greatly increased capability for hundreds as the outcome. This isn't Hayato's only driving factor, however, as he became a slayer in order to acquire the state-of-the-art treatment for his younger sister. We didn't have Amelia Hermit, the female protagonist. You know, the one with the silver hair? She initially pretends to be a boy under the name Emile Crossford, with only a few people aware of her secret, until eventually she reveals the truth. But come on, I mean really, the first time you see Emile, she looks like a girl. Or a trap lookalike. Oh, don't worry, carrying on. We also have Harvey, who obtained the highest ranked slayer in Little Garden, and she is from the United States of Liberia, and is also called the Queen of her school. There are other important characters as well in this series, but I found these three to be the most relevant. The art and animation were good, but unfortunately just wasn't that great, with the art style being kind of generic and ordinary, like other anime shows out there. The transformation effects are one of these, and I know I've seen it before, it's just nothing new. The background animation is fine, all the colours are average, and the character designs are fairly made. The flow of the battle and action scenes were amazing, however, it just still felt generic to me. The opening music is kind of a mess to start off with, but luckily later on in the chorus, everything comes into harmony together, with the showing of different characters and their actions. Also, the ending theme is not that good, although it is soothing. And the soundtrack at every battle scene are complementary to each other, and the sound effects such as the explosions and gunshots blend well together. And the general background music is good and blends well as a whole. Time for the breakdown. The story is essentially a romance-based one, with many girls fawning over Hayato. A harem, if you will. I believe this to be the case because the romance is the driving force of this anime, with the main character equally dividing his time with many girls present and trying to learn more about them with a romantic setting. So, where does this leave the fighting scenes? I mean, they're all good, but they just felt generic, and as a whole, not really needed in this actual story. The animation was good, but felt lacking within the art style, as it seemed generic, and the overall soundtrack was average, but at least paced within the anime.
All in all, I'll be giving this series a C rating. It does have some redeeming qualities, but also has some bad ones as well. Honestly, I don't really feel like I should recommend this anime, as it kind of just feels like a clone of Infinite Stratos. So if you've seen that one, probably don't waste your time on this one. I mean, your time is precious. There's only so much time in the world. So watch good anime, not just clones.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I would be honored if you'd like the video and subscribe to our channel, as it really helps us out.
And hopefully I'll see you all again in the next video. Bye bye.